Hello, everybody. This is the second live stream on my channel. The reason why I have the camera down so low is just that the light is so bright up there. And I think I'll just leave it like that. It doesn't seem too bad anymore. But I finished the audiobooks for parts for Quidditch Through the Ages, and I'm pretty happy about that because it's just like this really I wouldn't say long book because it was like 7 short parts. And I know once I start getting into bigger books, it's going to be longer parts and more parts. But because like Quidditch Through the Ages is a very thin book, and I did it in 7 parts, between like 3 minutes and like 22 minutes. So but I know once I get into like longer books, thicker books, that I will have more parts and some maybe between like 30 minutes and maybe even 45 minutes. So that may not be as enjoyable to listen to, but I don't know how people like listening or actually reading the book. So I have had some ideas for books, and I'll just talk about Quidditch for the Ages for a little bit. Um, so when I first started, like coming up with this like kind of audiobook channel, it was in like class, and um, we were in the ELA class, and like if you don't know what ELA is, it's just English Language Arts, which is just like an English class. So um, we were like reading a book called Bud Not Buddy, and um, for like the first 12 chapters, or like 10 to 12 chapters, my teacher was out for about 4 to 6 weeks. And I will not get into that. I will not get too personal with that. Um, but she was just out for about 4 to 6 weeks. And we had substitutes for all that time. So we had to read, and we could not get access to an audio recording. So I thought this would be like kind of a great time. Like, and then, well, before the next part, we started when the teacher finally came back. She said like I'm gonna get a recording to listen to the rest of this book, and she couldn't find one at the school library. So she tried on YouTube, and she found all these different things on YouTube that we could watch. And that was pretty good. Sorry about that. Just have the YouTube page up for this live stream, and I have my volume on my computer. Um, so on Monday, my class had finished the book. They had finished listening to the book, but I stayed home from school because I wasn't feeling well. My stomach hurt, and I had a cold. You can probably tell by my voice right now. Like when I started like making the first 1 or 2 parts, I didn't sound like this, and then on Monday and like every video that I've made Monday and beyond, I've had this cold. So that's why I sound a little different. And that may be a little hard for people to understand, and I'm sorry if you have watched the Quidditch to the Ages audiobook parts and you cannot understand, and sometimes I do talk a little fast, so if that's a problem for you, I am sorry, but it's hard for me to do anything about that now because I'm so far into it, um, and I'm already in the process of making this live stream after I have finished all the Quidditch to the Ages stuff. So now, I after the whole thing, like finishing the Bud Not Buddy book in class, like listening to it, I had the idea an audiobook channel. So I tried to pick a shorter book to start this off with. And originally, I was not going to do Quidditch for the Ages. I was going to do the first book in the Heroes of Olympus series by Rick Riordan called The Last Hero. That was a much longer book. It's like about between 500 and 600 pages long, and I knew that would take at least a month to complete, so I wanted to pick something shorter, and I wanted to kind of work my way up to bigger books. So that's what I'm trying to do. And in the next, well, I was going to say next few years, but I don't know if I'll be actually working on this channel for the next few years. But eventually, I want to get into some really big books, like some Stephen King books, like Under the Dome or even It. And I know those books are over. Those two books. I'm in the process of reading It right now, and I got it like March, like 24th, I think, of 2000. I'm and I try to read as much as possible, but it's just kind of hard with all these family plans and like school, so it's hard. But I am on page like 135, and I know some of you will probably be like, "Why?" and like I'd be much farther into the book by now, but I like reading, as you can probably tell, but sometimes I just get carried away and I forget it. And now the book is sitting in my locker at school, so I can't do anything about it now because it's almost 7 p.m. at night and I can't do anything about it. So, uh, but the last day of school is almost a week away. We have 5.5 days of school left, so I'll be bringing it home then, and it won't get left in any lockers. So then, I don't really know what I'm going to do for my next book. I might do 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea by Jules Verne, or Journey to the Center of the Earth by Jules Verne. I can start that Author on Question series. I forget the order of the books. I have the first 3 books in those series, but I do not have the 4th book. And I could also do the Hunger Games series. I do not have the first book. I did read it, and then I sold it at a yard sale that I had. But I do have the second book and the 3rd book in the Hunger Games series, Catching Fire and Mockingjay. And then I don't really know. I could do the Divergent series. I have Divergent and Insurgent, and then there's a Legion. I don't know if 4 has anything to do with the actual Divergent series because I know, like, I've heard people say, oh, like, 4 has nothing to do with the Divergent series, but I'm not really sure. So the next time I go to, like, a place where they sell books or, like the bookstore or whatever, I can check and just kind of read the back and see if it has anything to do with the actual Divergent series. I know that Divergent, Insurgent, and Allegiant are definitely part of that Divergent series, but I don't know if 4 is part of that. So if you know, you can comment. So you can comment down below, and also I think I've mentioned this in my first live stream. If you want me to open the discussion section on my channel homepage, then I can definitely do that if you like having it right on my actual channel homepage instead of just having it on each separate video. I can definitely do that, but I don't want to do it just because, like, if nobody's going to really use it, then, like, I don't really want to open it up because to me, it just seems like a waste of space, and if nobody's going to use it, it doesn't need to be. I don't really know what else to talk about. If you have any I think I might have said this before, but if you have any book suggestions, you can put them in the comments down below. Click that like button if you want to, if you kind of like these. Like what I talk about in the live streams, you can definitely do that. And if you like this channel and like Quidditch Through the Ages and like the audiobooks, click the like button. And if you don't really like any of this stuff, click the dislike button. I don't care. I'm kind of going on. Is click that red subscribe button down below, right above the title of this video. But that is it for this live stream. Stay tuned for more audiobooks. Stay tuned for more live streams. And that's it for this. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.